Much love and welcome back. Today I'm going to be chatting with you about assumptions, stereotypes, things people think about people with locks. So definitely stay tuned. As always, like this video if you like this video and subscribe if you haven't already. All right, let's do it. So when my daughter had locks, I got a lot more questions, inquiries. I don't know if people felt more comfortable coming up to me because it was my daughter or in saying things, or if it was because her locks were semi-freeform, so they were thicker and a little bit wilder than mine. I don't know. Or maybe it's just the time. Who knows? But these are things I would hear, questions I would get, and then some of them are things I've heard from other people. So I have a list. I have I have 6 things. And the first one, the biggest thing is, do you wash your hair, or you can't wash your hair? They think you cannot wash your hair, or you don't wash your hair. And to take that even further, sometimes people are thinking that you don't bathe altogether, which is quite odd, wrong, definitely wrong. I'm not exactly sure where this comes from. But you guys know I wash my hair all the time. I wash my hair more now than when I was loose natural because I don't have to detangle or plan it. I just wash it. Of course, I washed my daughter's hair all the time or as needed, So I'm not sure where that came from. But I do know, just being a Black woman, when I was younger, I would get that question as well. And if I had natural hair or straight hair, and I would get that question from non-POC. So maybe it's all kind of, you know, thinking anybody of color doesn't wash their hair, but I think it's more so when you have locks. Of course, that's not true. Okay, before I get into the second thing, you guys definitely let me know down below what assumptions, what questions has people had about you, or ones you have heard, or ones you have about people with locks. Definitely let me know down below. I would love to know. Okay, the second one, I have my little notes down here, is that you are on a spiritual journey. People tend to think that you are more spiritual, you are more perhaps conscious. And for this one, I cannot say it's completely wrong. When I started locking my hair, I was not like, okay, now I'm going on a spiritual journey. But it does take you on a journey, right? It does take you through some changes and things. So that one's kind of close to, true for me. Let me know what you guys are, if you're thinking like that is true or that's not true on each of these. But for that one, maybe someone just wants a hairstyle. Maybe they just got faux locks and they just want to have them for a little while. And, so they're not on a journey or anything. So it could be, and sometimes you don't know who has faux locks, who has locks. So, this one could be wrong too, right? Okay, these ones too, I'm going to say together. It's like that you smoke marijuana. People tend to assume when you have your hair locked that you're down with that lifestyle, you're down with pot or whatever, which may be, but maybe you are not. So you cannot assume that they have, a way to supply you, or they want to partake with you. But people will just assume like, hey, you're totally down with it because you have locks. Not all the way true again. And I put that with the you're a hippie thing. I guess those all are kind of tied together, right? That you're a hippie, you smoke pot, and you're like all into those kinds of things. And perhaps you just are not. For me, that's a little bit true. The hippie one is kind of true on all things natural, keeping things simple, environmentally sound, all of those kind of go together for me. So it's true, right? But not necessarily for everyone. Oh yes, and I have smoked pot, but I do not now. And when I had my locks, or when I had my loose natural hair, is when I did. Since I've had locks, I do not. So there's that. That's kind of wrong. Okay, the next one is that you are in the Rastafarian lifestyle, and that you are vegan or vegetarian. I put those together because they kind of think all those things together. Um, Not necessarily true, perhaps. Again, you got yourself a hairstyle. It's just a hairstyle for you. Maybe, you weren't thinking that at all. It's partly true for me. I am vegan. I've got my woke vegan shirt on. I'm rocking that today. But the Rastafarian lifestyle as a whole, I am not a part of that. So that's an assumption too, right? Everyone's different. I know for my daughter, of course, she was 4, so she wasn't joining the Rastafarian lifestyle or anything. For her, we started locking. If you want the whole story, I'll link above, but it was a maintenance kind of thing. We were fighting about hair, and it was like, you want to cut your hair or lock? She chose locks. So that's a whole nother story. But people assume you are a Rasta and you are vegan or vegetarian. And I know plenty of locked heads that are not vegetarian or vegan. So it can be, it can't be, right? For me, it's half true. The last one is that you cannot style your hair, that you just have locks and that's it. You can't, curl your hair. You can't do whatever with it. That's all you get is locks. And that's so not true. I've done several videos on that and on different styles I've done. And pretty much any style you rocked when you were straight or loose natural, you can rock in your locks, or you can make it work for your locks. So we know that one's not true. Hey, that is it, you guys. There are more. I'm pretty sure there are tons more, but those are like the main ones that I have heard. Definitely, again, let me know down below what you guys think. I post every Sunday and Thursday, so I will see you in another few days. Thank you so much for watching. All right, I'll see you next time. Bye.